basically the worst bike ever made. Today, we're taking a ride on the legendary 2008 CBR1000RR. But don't get too excited because, let's be honest, it's really just another motorcycle in a sea of mediocre options. I mean, why would you want a solid bike when you can have a super bike that, well, does everything so good? It's basically not exciting. Look at this thing. It's your basic blend of uninspiring plastic and aluminum. It doesn't have futuristic curves. It doesn't have an outlandish design. I mean, it doesn't even have winglets. It's just the typical boring CBR styling. But let's see if this thing can get it together while we take off in traffic at slow speed.
I mean, look how easy and effortless it is to take off here. Under 4,000 RPMs. There's no drama, there's no frills, there's no vibrations. If you have 170 horsepower, you want to feel it. You want the bike to be twitchy. You want the bike to be uncomfortable. I mean, the clutch isn't grabby, it's not snaggy. It almost feels like if it was off my Honda Magna.
Now, let's talk comfort, because Honda clearly forgot to put some padding right here. And the ergonomics, they're just so race-oriented. Who wants a bike that feels like it's designed to be in complete control when you're at high speed? Not me. Not this guy. Look at the seat. It's about as soft as a slab of concrete. And how are you even supposed to lean a motorcycle that I can still flat foot? I'm 5'10", by the way.
And turning slow at 20-30 miles an hour, this bike does it so nonchalantly. It's almost like it's effortless. It's so easy just to take a 20-mile-an-hour turn and just lean. Look how far I'm leaning. And all I'm doing is going 30. And a first gear U-turn with a sport bike? Nobody wants to be doing U-turns on a sport bike. That was like the smallest radius I've ever done on a sport bike. Look at this, just so much lean at so low speed. That was 30 miles an hour. And again, it's just too easy. I want to live a little. I want to feel like this bike's gonna fall over on me. Like it's nothing. Terrible.
And speaking of bad ideas, let's talk about this engine. It's a 998cc inline 4 that only makes about 170 horsepower and that much torque right there. Really, nothing special. Who really wants a bike that can go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds anyways? Just imagine the inconvenience of twisting the throttle and being catapulted forward like you're launching out of a cannon. I'd rather ride something that takes like 5 minutes to reach top speed, but hey, that's just me. Well, now it's actually you too, because you have to watch this thing take off, and you know that in the back of your mind, it doesn't have 200 horsepower. Sorry.
Oh my God, that is terrible. Around 9,000 RPMs, you get a burst of power that's like really uncomfortable because it feels like the bike's like actually going fast. It tortures you. You know that it's not 200 horsepower. Way deep down here, you know it's not 200 horsepower, but it like shadows it. It's almost like it's fast. And when you go super fast, the front wheel stays down. It's almost like this bike was engineered to go fast. And when you get going, it's worse. Just cruising here, 4,000 RPM, 45 miles an hour. I don't feel anything. I don't feel any buzzing in the bars. I don't feel any buzzing in the tank. I don't feel anything in my seat. It's almost comfortable. No. And this bike has a weird acceleration right here between 5 and 7,000 RPM, where it sounds like it's going really fast, and it almost makes you feel like 170 horsepower is enough. But no, it's not 200.
I mean, listen to it. And these brakes, yeah, sure, they're top tier 4-piston calipers with this size rotor right here that do a pretty good job stopping you from pretty unresponsible speeds, but who needs that? I mean, who wants to stop safely when you could just not use the brakes and go flying, right? Totally overrated.
And if instead of running through whatever obstacle is in front of you, you ever decide to actually press the brakes, they respond. You can emergency stop with a car coming in front of you, switching lanes just like that one did, and there's no frills. The bike doesn't do a stoppie unless you want it to, and by that you have to accidentally grab too much brake, meaning full palm, just emergency, and then it'll actually do a stoppie. And the rear has a lot of weight to it. It almost stops the bike, but it's not strong enough to lock the rear wheel unless you actually want to. It doesn't happen on accident.
But there may be a light at the end of the tunnel for the CBR, because now it's time to talk about handling. Actually, we don't need to talk about handling because it's like perfect. This bike is so light and agile, it basically feels like it's doing all of the work for you. Kind of like
a 65-mile-an-hour turn, leaning to the side. It's just, the bike feels like it wants to fall into the turn by itself. I don't even have to force it that much. I want to feel like I'm doing something, like I'm in control. And if for some reason you take turns and hit bumps like I am now, your back end doesn't come flying off of the seat because it has something called compliance. Who wants a sport bike for the road that is somewhat comfortable? Ugh. It just feels too easy to take these turns like this. It saps all of the fun and fear out of riding a 1000cc motorcycle. It's almost approachable to somebody that hasn't done it before. It doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna die around every corner.
I mean, for real, who wants to enjoy a bike that's light, stable, and easy to handle? Nah, I'd rather wrestle a bear. But it's Honda, so we need to talk about reliability, because who really wants a motorcycle that's gonna keep running year after year after year after year? I mean, like, this bike has 30,000 miles on it, and I had to change the radiator because a bunch of rocks hit it. Like, doesn't Honda have engineers for this? Like, why weren't they prepared for that? Who wants a bike that doesn't break down every 5 minutes? Come on, this is ridiculous. So, after all of this, I think that it's fair to conclude that the 2008 Honda CBR1000RR is basically the worst bike ever made. I mean, it's just so perfect in every way that you're probably gonna end up buying one, riding it, and strangely enough, you actually might like it. In all seriousness, this bike is a beast with balanced handling for the street and the track, crazy power, an awesome engine, and very well proven reliability. The 2008 CBR is probably one of the last great analog sport bikes from Honda, because after this is when they got all of the tech. This is a raw, unfiltered machine, and you can feel it while you're out riding. It's not the flashiest, it definitely doesn't have the most tech, but that's the point. This is from an era where it was all about power and performance and not a lot of safety. Sometimes these very unsafe classic machines are the ones that never let you down, the one that have a spot in your heart, deep down, right in here, that make you smile every time you think about them. This bike is literally everything that you need, unless you happen to be one of those weirdos that are allergic to like speed and stuff. If you think old bikes rule, check out this terrible material, loose fitting garm, so that I can get more classic bikes like this, terrible classic bikes like this on the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, ride safe. See you guys on the next one.